welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Dawn. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's put some makeup on today. This is gonna be a get ready with me, and this is gonna be more about the what I'm using rather than the how. Since I do a lot of how videos, everything I'm gonna use today is going to be under $15. I will link everything down in the description below. So let's chat, let's get to know each other. If I say anything that just resonates with you, be sure to leave a comment below. Let's get started with a setting spray. I created this video not too long ago about the proper way to use setting spray. If you haven't been here before, then you might not know. First of all, I'm 56 and I have very oily, mature skin. Everybody says that your skin dries out as you get older. That hasn't happened to me yet. I am starting off with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I like to start with that. It's just a really good sandwich. I start with it, I end with it, and it just keeps my makeup looking good and in place all day long. And I said that everything I'm going to use today is under $15. That is pretty easy for me. Every now and again, I fall in love with something that's a little bit more expensive, but I'm always trying to keep things super, super affordable for our mature skin. The next thing I'm going to go in with is the NYX Blur Screen with SPF 30. This is a great makeup primer. You have large pores, texture, wrinkles, fine lines, and you really need your makeup to look better, to last longer. You want to hide the pores, hide the texture in your mature skin. I recommend a primer, and for around $12, this NYX Blur Screen Primer just really does a great job blurring the texture, the large pores, and you can't beat that it has an SPF of 30. For foundation, I'm going to use the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint. I love this. Love this. This has been one of my favorite foundations over the summer, and I'm in the color 120. And I'm going to put this on the back of my hand and pick it up from there with a brush. I will also link the brushes that I'm using down in the description below. I really like for my foundation to be my skin, but better. I generally don't cover some of my sunspots 100%, so this is perfect for that. Sometimes I use an eye primer, sometimes I don't. Today I'm going to use the e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. I would love to know down in the comments if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, or if you have been here before, and where you're watching from. If you're not new here, then you probably know that my husband and I live in Tennessee, and we have a little hobby farm here. Before concealer, I am going to put down a little bit of color corrector. I love color corrector. Do you use color corrector? Oh my gosh, it is a game changer. If you're over 40, if you're over 50, and you really have problems with dark circles and discoloration, I really encourage you to try a color corrector. It just makes it so that you use less concealer. Your concealer doesn't have to work so hard. And the concealer that I'm using today is the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer, and this is waterproof and hyaluronic acid. I really do love this. But yes, we have a little hobby farm, and so we have rabbits, and we have sheep, we have goats, chickens. You can often listen during my videos and hear goats crying or sheep bleating or chickens or roosters crowing. It's crazy. It's always loud here. I'm going to set my under eye just a little bit with the Morphe Bake and Set, and this powder is in the brightening pink. Just going to pick up a little bit. I will put down a little bit more setting powder in just a minute, but for now. I do have my eyebrows microbladed, and I made an entire video about that. But when I fill them in a little bit, I like to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and the color I use is taupe. Do you use a brow pencil or do you like one of the brow markers? For the longest time, I used a brow marker, and I don't know that I loved the way it sat on the skin for me with my oily skin, but you know, there are new ones and I may pick one up and kind of test them out a little bit. I don't tend to use a lot of eyeshadow. I'm just going to go in with a pretty nude color all over my lid. This is just a nude one pot color from Ulta. This is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer, and the color I'm using is their lightest color, and it's called Buttercup. And I will put a little bit of this above my eyes also. Sometimes I use bronzer, sometimes I don't. It's just nice occasionally to give the skin a little bit of depth. One thing I wanted to do that I forgot about was I wanted to add just a little bit of contour on my nose and underneath my jawline, and I'm using the Catrice Shape and Define Contour Stick. Let's go in with some liquid eyeliner. This is the Physicians Formula. I love this one. And if liquid eyeliner is a struggle for you, I absolutely get it. I made this video here. You could watch that. I will also try to link it down in the description below. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the under eye with just a little bit more powder before I apply my blush. And again, I'm using the Morphe Bake and Set powder. Did you see a recent video that I put out where I tested some setting powders? There are a lot of more expensive setting powders out there, and I really wanted to see if some of them lived up to the hype. And I found some good ones, but I'll stick to my $15 powder. And of course, in keeping with our theme, everything under $15, this is the NYX Buttermelt Blush in the color 02 Butter Together. Do you have kids at home? We have an 18-year-old at home still. She just graduated high school. And she is starting college. She just got her first little part-time job. We also, my husband has an older daughter, and we have our first grandbaby, which is glorious. She's so yummy, but they live out of state, so we don't get to see them as often as we'd like. I'm going to use a little bit of this Catrice Shape and Define Contour Stick. It's contour on one side, highlighter on the other. I'm going to use a little bit of the highlighter, and I'm going to put it in the corner of my eye and also just a little bit down the middle of my nose since I contoured the nose. But I did want to say real quick, I said everything under $15. Technically, this Morphe usually comes out right at about $15. I'm going to give you the link for Ulta. Sometimes on Ulta, sometimes on Amazon, you can get the travel set, might be what it's called, where you get a small bacon set of the brightening pink and you get a small translucent. I think that set might be $15, but it might be $12.50. because they're a little bit smaller. So I wanted to be upfront about that. And my favorite new lip liner, this one is on Amazon. I'm not sure if you can find it anywhere else. I'm using the lightest color. I'm going to give my face another spray of the Milani Make It Last setting spray before lipstick and before mascara. My favorite nude lipstick, and this is from L'Oreal, and this is the color 800, and it's Fairest Nude. I love this one. And now my favorite mascara of all time, the Milani Lash Extensions mascara. Do you like a get ready with me video? I like to make really short videos, but I also like to find a lot of products that are going to save us both money. But occasionally I like to watch someone do all of their makeup step by step, because my question is always, but what do you do next? I need to know. What step is after that? I need to know. Well, what did you do right before that? So I do like a get ready with me. Hope that you'll come over and find me on Facebook or Instagram at Just Doing My Best. Be sure to come over there and say hi. And there's the finished look. Thank you for getting ready with me. I cannot wait to see your comments down below. Tell me what you think. If you like Get Ready With Me videos, where are you watching from? I hope you go out today and you're blessed and you do your best, and I will see you in the next video.